This is the Regal Imports News for March 2013. I have just returned from Mumbai as well as the Hong Kong Jewelry Show. Mumbai was busy and cutters are reporting brisk sales since November last year. The Hong Kong show was a positive surprise, with diamond pavilions being the busiest places in the show. I left 2 days before the show ended and most sellers were smiling. There was no discounting, and in fact, there are reports of price increases of 3 to 5%. In the United States, the mood is optimistic. However, Canada seems to be falling behind. In Canada, the middle class has disappeared. There is action at the very high end and the low end. This situation is causing the majority of wholesalers to feel uneasy as retailers have just stopped buying regular inventory. The trend to low-end jewelry means that in Canada, Pandora and silver are the place to be, and retailers and wholesalers are reevaluating their inventory positions. At Regal, I have decided to take an aggressive stand. It took me 35 years to build a reputation for fine diamonds, and I believe if I compromise my standards, it will take me about 1 month to destroy 35 years of work. So instead of compromising, I have decided to keep my standards and increase my range. This buying trip I concentrated on Canadian diamonds and increased my range from D to F, VS, and SI to D to H, VS to I1. I did not compromise my cut or clarity standards at all. I believe there are enough dealers selling swindled stones. I believe in what Aldo Gucci said, quote, "The bitterness of poor quality is remembered long after the sweetness of low price has faded from memory," end of quote. Obviously, my advice to the independent jeweler is not to compromise a good reputation by compromising standards, but to keep a competitive edge by selling away from and in a different manner than the mass marketers. I recently posted a discussion in the Jewelry Business Magazine group forum of LinkedIn. It reads as follows: Is the independent jeweler now dependent? Are jewelers just becoming distribution centers for branded lines? With the announcement that troll beads will be sold in Bed Bath & Beyond, what is the distinction between the independent jeweler and Bed Bath & Beyond? Can branded lines be trusted? What is the difference between selling in Bed Bath & Beyond and selling over the internet? How long will it be before branded lines exclude the jeweler and go direct? End of quote. By posting this discussion, I am trying to clarify the role of the independent jeweler. Is it wise for the independent jeweler to compete in the realm of the mass marketers? Is this the place for the independent jeweler, or are they selling out and giving away their exclusive advantages? Since I posted this discussion, there has been talk of Pandora selling online in the United States, and Tag Heuer has launched an online boutique. And so it goes. In a changing market, the independent jeweler is faced with many challenges and choices. Now back to diamonds. As predicted, the February De Beers site was small. The composition of rough was slightly different, and the consensus is that there was a 4 to 5% increase. BHP's tender prices increased by the same amount. De Beers rough boxes are selling at 5% premiums in the secondary markets. Rough is in demand in spite of the business climate because the large Indian manufacturers need rough to keep their factories working. Diamond miners are keeping rough supply tight, and there is concern about a speculative bubble. Polish prices are firm, and there is a possibility of further price increases resulting from the positive results of the Hong Kong Jewelry Show. Many commentators are still writing about selling diamonds as an investment. They are pointing out how well large colored diamonds have been doing in auctions, and following the auction results where large and unusual diamonds are making huge premiums over estimated values. Multi-millionaires are doing extremely well buying and selling unusual diamond investments in auctions. My point here is that these diamond investment schemes are promoting bread and butter goods like 1-carat parcels to investors in varying value propositions. The consistency or inconsistency of grading reports and the factor of trust and lack of liquidity in resale make investing in diamonds, other than the very rare and unusual, an extremely risky proposition. I'll finish off by reporting that Blue Nile's sales rose 15% to $400 million this year, but their profit fell 26% to $8 million. On the mining side, the owners of Nunavut's first and only diamond mine, Jericho, have disappeared, leaving a $3 million debt to the Belgian diamond company Taché. And that's it for this month. I thank you very much for watching.